Welcome back, everyone. Today's cryptocurrency is Keep3R1. That's KP3R. Alpha Romeo. Thank you to Joe Mike for your recommendation today. If you want me to review your cryptocurrency honestly, unbiasedly, and fairly, leave a comment down below. I've got a bit of a backlog happening at the moment. It's time to build up. So thank you for all your comments. I will do my very, very best to cover as many videos as I can. Again, I'm a uni student. I'm doing a master's and I work full time as well. So I try and upload it as much as possible, but some days it's just burnout or I'm just busy with other things. So appreciate your patience, guys, but leave a comment down below and I will cover them. This is not just a pump every single coin to the moon kind of YouTube channel. I'll cover them honestly and respectfully. So that's what we're going to do with today's crypto, KP3R. I'm just going to call it Keeper, and I'm going to compare it to its USD value, give you price predictions, compare them to Ethereum. Can't find a Bitcoin or Ethereum chart, but I'll give you some analysis anyway. So let's get started and let's walk through this chart together. So Keeper has actually done some pretty good things in basically 2021, which is November. And this is when you had this fantastic all-time high at $2,000. But very recently, actually in January, it actually got there again before coming down and crashing down again. And this is why for me personally, a lot of altcoins are crap coins. They're just tradable coins to make your profit, enjoy the ride, take your profits, move them into something more stable like Ethereum or AVAX, Luna, if you can get a good price on it, Atom. These are more stable altcoins, more blue chip ones that can get you that nice income. You can stake them and actually make sure that your value maintains relatively good. Not to say they can't go down, but we're talking within the realm of cryptocurrency, of course. If you really want to solidify your profits, go buy property or something like that. But that's a topic for another day. Let's walk through this chart. So I've got the macro time ranges here. That's basically these white areas with the yellow gold line. And then I've got a short-term 50% that we will discuss. So let's go through it. Against its USD value, pay attention obviously to the yellow lines. Those are the golden areas. Big shout out again to Jason and Michael Bazzino for their fantastic YouTube channels, which helped me on my own analysis. And you can see just how well this tool works. Look how many times it came into the 50%. So poked its head above it before coming down, made it look weak. And you can see support on it here. You can see support there before breaking down and before we actually start to get to the slice right through. So this is why it's not good if your crypto is always testing support. You want to be a little bit careful. So see how we bounced off it perfectly, came up, came down, tried to find some support and again, broke it down, found resistance on the way up before getting it, testing support again, getting near the all-time high, bounced off the 50%, which looked good, and then bounced again before ultimately succumbing to where we currently are, which is at $466. So bit of a downtrend, not the worst one I've seen at the moment, but still 76% down from its all-time high. But what I like about Keeper is we actually have some volume in this crypto. This is very, very important. You know how much I talk about volume on my channel. You really need good volume in your crypto because that's what's going to help it move and get you those gains. If you've ever sat on your crypto and you're sitting there, why is my crypto only up 2% in 2 weeks? Because no one cares about your crypto, right? You need the whales to be actually buying up your crypto. Your crypto can have the best fundamentals in the world, the very best. Oh my God, this is amazing. It's going to change the world. Look at the management team. But if the whales aren't buying your crypto, it's not going to go up. You can hodl it to the moon if you want, but just be aware that you need the whales to do it. And that's why I love the charts, because I can see the volume in it, which is this area. So you can see how much quiet volume we had with Keeper, getting a dump off high sell-off once again, before once again getting low volume. And then we get our confirmed breakout at 20+% for the day, and then we broke it, which isn't the best bet. So we sort of broke it, just recently here on the 6th of April when Bitcoin went down. Good news, we found support on my macro trend, which I've drawn here in that sort of teal color, bounced off it perfectly. And we only got 2 days of information, not even 2 days of information, but you're already seeing volume start to increase, which is what I like to see. But of course, you know how much I talk about the 50%. Look at it once again, short-term 50% coming at $491. And you can see perfect resistance at the 50%. So you can see, look at that resistance twice on it. So if I was keeping an eye on this crypto, which I probably will, to be honest, I would want to see it go above its 50%, find some support on it, keep my stop loss closed just in case if it's a false break. That's the way how I would approach it, but these are tradable coins. I'm not holding any of this crap for multiple years or multiple months. Making my profit, move my stop loss with it, gets triggered, and make my profits move on, but you will get lucky sometimes and your stop loss won't get triggered at all. Keep moving it up and enjoy massive gains, maybe get a 2x, a 3x, things like that. That's how I approach these sort of altcoins. But speaking of how I approach the altcoins, let's have a look at price predictions with Keeper. So like I mentioned, we've got the 50% mark at $491. After that, you'll expect some resistance around the 25 mark, which is $563. So that would be this area here. And if I zoom right out, you will see previously we had the clean cut right through it, but you will see that coincides with some areas of resistance previously as well. So you can see how well these retracement tools work. That's why I love the charts, because if you can find support and resistance and trade within those parameters, you'll make yourself a lot of money. So here we have 3.33 mark at $728. Once again, resistance, some support. So expect that to be some area of resistance on the way up. Then we have 375 mark at $810. And then once again, support, resistance, congestion. So expect that to be an area of resistance on the way up again. But of course, you're really paying attention to the 50% mark. That's the macro 50%. That's a really important mark at $1,057. And once again, expect that to be an area of severe resistance for Keeper. Then we have the 0.65 mark, which comes in at $1,304. So again, you will see how well these tools work. You will expect there to be resistance on the way up. And then we've got the 666 mark at $1,386, 0.75 mark at $1,551 before you start pretty much getting to the all-time high at $2,000 or $2,045. But once again, expected to be resistance at the 875 mark at $1,800, which would be these areas here. So you can see how well they all blend, and it's very hard for a crypto to keep pushing past all of these resistance barriers. That's why it's important to have yourself a plan. Don't get too greedy. Enjoy your profits. I always say, be consistent. Don't be looking for the one big trade that's gonna change your life. It's very rare. But what you can do is be consistent. If you can be consistent year in, year out, month in, month out, day in, day out, if you can pull it off, you'll make yourself a lot of money, and you indeed will be very wealthy in the long run. But you're in it for the mountain, right? You got to climb the mountain. It's Mount Rushmore. It's not just a big happy trip to the moon like a lot of people may make you think it is. Let's have a look at Keeper against its Ethereum value, and then I'll give you a summary of my honest thoughts about it. So here we are, once again, Keeper against its Ethereum value. So you can see I ping them all to Ethereum value. So it's basically crypto against Ethereum. So all of these are compared against their Ethereum value, and you will see how many of these bleed out to Ethereum. It's not to say it always is red. It can go green sometimes. It's not to say it's always green. It can turn red, but it's just something to be always keeping an eye for, just to see where your cryptocurrency is strong, when it's weak. Sometimes it's pretty much always strong. Sometimes it's always weak. So you want to be careful when you're looking at these when you're looking at this sort of charts or this sort of analysis, and just seeing where your crypto is for the time period. Now let's have a look at Keeper. So this was ranked 406 if I remember correctly. So here we are, 406. Yep, here we go. And against Ethereum value, 24 hours outperformed Ethereum by 3.8%, 24 underperformed to Ethereum by just over 10%, 7 days underperformed to Ethereum by 1.5%, which isn't much. 3 months underperformed to Ethereum by 56%. 6 months outperformed to Ethereum by 64%, which is pretty good. Year to date underperformed to Ethereum by 31%, and then we have 1 year outperformed Ethereum by 29%. So not the best gains, but at least it's holding its ground, not losing too much other than the 3 month mark. So be aware that these low market caps can be easily moved with just some whales buying and manipulating the market, unfortunately. So be careful when you start pushing past 400 market cap cryptos, especially. You want to be a little bit careful when using this. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a chart against its Ethereum or Bitcoin value, so I'll give you my quick summary and honest summary of what I think about Keeper. It's not the worst chart in the world. I'm happy that it hasn't had to test the lows it put in somewhere around here. So this was the July area. This was the last bear market we had. If you remember that, some cryptos we had to find support on that. I'm really happy Keeper did not have to get to this level here at the zero mark, which is at $69. Thank God it's been able to hold above ground. And what I love about it, we've been able to find support on the trend, but we need to break through this 50% and then we'll do it. I might even bookmark this one. This seems like a good tradable coin that I might be able to do, but I really really love it when I see volume coming into the alt. So see how the big breakout confirms that someone was buying. Whether they were going short or not, we don't know. But then you have a bit of consolidation before the breakdown, but I'm happy it wasn't a heavy breakdown. For a coin this low to be only 10% down on April 6th, while Bitcoin fell about, I think it was about 6% or so, don't quote me on that number, it's around that if I remember off the top of my head, for this alt to only go down 10% is very good. And we can see we only have 2 days or 1.5 days of data, but we can already see increasing volume. And then if we have a look at our MACD, we can see that we're going to have the orange and blue line intertwined with each other, and you're seeing the histogram start to dry off. So we might see a breakout either to the upside or the downside relatively soon, but I don't want to hype you up thinking this is going to do gangbusters in the coming days. It might, but I don't see it on the cards yet, but definitely has the potential to do something in the coming days. But we need Bitcoin to hold because it's the weekend and anything can happen on the weekends. I don't really like the weekends with crypto because most of the time they go down. But that's just my honest take for this crypto. So once again, thank you, Joe Mike, for your cryptocurrency recommendation. If you want me to review a crypto, leave a comment down in the section below. If you enjoyed the content, hit the like button, give me a subscribe, notification bell. But until then, stay safe, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next video.